Welcome to the deep dive. I want you to think for a minute about the last time you had to launch a website or even just a critical landing page for a new product.
Right.
How much time did you just lose wrestling with layout decisions, arguing over responsiveness on mobile, and manually tweaking all that CSS?
That time sink it's a historic pain point.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you're a startup founder trying to validate an MVP, a minimum viable product,
Yeah.
or you're a freelance designer just juggling multiple client needs, the whole process of getting a professional, functional layout has always been this massive, expensive bottleneck.
Exactly. And that bottleneck is suddenly it's breaking wide open. We are here today because if you aren't paying close attention, the world of website layouts has completely transformed in 2025.
It really has.
AI-powered tools are no longer generating these, clunky old templates. They're delivering professional, responsive, and often high-converting layouts in minutes.
In minutes, not weeks. Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
Our mission today is to give you the ultimate shortcut to navigating this whole landscape. We've synthesized the features of 7 top AI tools.
7 of them.
And we're analyzing not just what they do, but who they're best suited for. We need to decide, is this tool for the solopreneur who just needs a quick online presence?
Or is it for the professional design agency that needs, scalability and that pixel-perfect control?
Exactly.
Our goal is for you to walk away from this well-informed about the essential tools and really the strategic shift that's underpinning modern web design now.
Yeah, this dive is about understanding where to allocate your time and your resources now that the machine can handle so much of that initial heavy lifting.
So before we dive into the specific tools, we have to grasp the fundamental shift here. Why are these AI layout tools becoming so essential and not just, a passing trend?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture of business strategy, it really comes down to 5 core advantages that radically reshape the entire design and development workflow. And we need to look beyond just the immediate speed benefit.
Speed is definitely the headliner, though. That promise of minutes, not weeks, is incredibly compelling. But my question is, if you're moving that fast, how do you maintain visual quality and structure?
That's the key. These tools are trained on millions of successful, high-performing websites. They don't make rookie mistakes.
Okay.
And that leads us directly to the second and third advantages, consistency and cost efficiency. AI generates clean, modern, and just inherently responsive layouts every single time.
And that consistency must reduce what they call design debt, right? All that work you have to do later to fix poorly structured pages.
100%. It's a huge cost saver.
So if the AI is handling the foundational structure and all that consistency, that frees up the human team. And this gets us into efficient resource allocation, right?
Precisely. This is the big strategic insight for any business leader. Instead of having designers spend, say, 70% of their time just aligning elements or building grids or coding basic sections.
The grunt work.
The grunt work. The AI handles that foundational 70%. So your team's time is freed up to focus on the truly impactful stuff. High-level strategy, deep user testing, brand narrative, and that micro-level customization that an AI just can't generate.
That is a fundamental change in where we put our design energy. So what about the fifth advantage?
Scalability.
Yeah.
Simple, really. Because the process is so fast and consistent, you can quickly spin up an almost infinite number of prototypes, microsites, A/B testing variations,
Or just landing pages.
landing pages with minimal overhead. For an agency, this means you can take on more clients. For a startup, it means rapid testing. The bottleneck just vanishes and your operations become dramatically more scalable.
All right, now let's turn our attention to the tools built specifically for pure speed and simplicity. This is the non-designer's arsenal.
Yeah.
So if you are a solopreneur, a small business owner, or maybe someone needing a functioning site by the end of the day, these are your essential shortcuts.
This whole section is really about a low barrier to entry. We're talking about functional sites without needing any expertise. It lets that learner persona just bypass weeks of complexity.
We have to start with durable. The sources claim it can build a website in under 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That is an audacious claim. How does it even achieve that speed, and what's the trade-off?
Okay, so it's designed for the person who needs an instant digital presence, period. The AI only needs 2 inputs, your business name and your industry. That's it.
And the trade-off?
The trade-off is the initial depth of branding. It's going to be functional, it's going to be responsive, but the branding will be, generic. It'll require refinement.
Sure.
But here's the powerful part for that solopreneur. Durable goes way beyond just the layout. It instantly generates all the other components.
Like what?
Content, contact forms, and it even includes built-in business features like a CRM, a customer relationship management tool, invoicing tools, and instant hosting.
Whoa, so it's not just a website. It's basically a complete business platform launched in half a minute.
Exactly. That package deal is what makes it so appealing to the time-strapped solopreneur.
Okay, absolutely. Now, what if you want that automation, but you still want a slightly deeper initial control over the input? And maybe you need built-in tools for things like SEO search engine optimization right out of the box.
Well, that brings us to Wix ADI, or Artificial Design Intelligence.
This sounds like a great choice for the small business owner or maybe a freelancer who appreciates more of a guided process.
It is. Wix ADI acts as a highly effective conversational builder. Instead of just asking for a name and industry, it asks you a short series of deeper questions about your brand goals, your aesthetic preferences,
And then it builds the whole site from that.
the entire website structure, layout, even the copy using that personalized information.
What I appreciate is that after that initial AI blast, it just integrates seamlessly back into their familiar drag and drop editor. You don't lose your agency. The AI gets you to, say, 80%, and then you, the user, can refine that final 20% without having to learn complex code.
It's a massive head start that ensures accessibility. Then finally, for the true lean startup model, the one focused purely on rapid idea validation, we have Mixo.
Mixo seems really tailored for the serial entrepreneur who needs to launch dozens of projects or tests super quickly.
That's its core strength. Mixo specializes in simple one-page sites or MVP landing pages. Its key features are all about ultra-fast prompt-to-page generation and crucially built-in email collection.
So if your goal is just to test a hypothesis, collect some early interest, and then move on if it fails.
Mixo gives you the infrastructure to do exactly that in minutes, not hours. It minimizes your commitment while maximizing that actionable market feedback.
Okay, so we've covered the speed demons and the non-designer tools. Now here's where it gets really interesting for our professional audience. We're transitioning to tools that maintain high visual polish and give a lot of control back to the designer or the agency. This is where AI moves from being a replacement to being more of a co-pilot.
The crucial differentiation here is that these tools use AI for instant generation of complex structures, but they assume a human expert is still in the driver's seat for all the detailed refinement and, brand-specific customization.
Let's start with Framer AI. This seems to be the current darling of the SaaS software as a service world and for people building portfolios. Why has Framer captured the imagination of so many designers?
Framer's genius lies in its ability to translate descriptive text into modern, responsive, visually polished layouts. And it instantly integrates sophisticated motion and high-quality aesthetics.
So you just describe what you want.
You simply describe your desired outcome. Something like, I need a clean, dark mode landing page for a B2B productivity app focused on speed, and it generates the entire page.
And it's not just a static layout. It generates all the movement and interaction that modern web design demands. Isn't that right?
Precisely. And for professional users, its key distinction is its robustness. You get built-in animations, excellent SEO structure, and strong CMS content management system support. It just streamlines the creation of landing pages and startup sites where speed and visual impact are equally important.
It sounds incredibly powerful for a designer trying to deliver a high-quality prototype fast. But let's turn to Webflow AI. Webflow is already known for giving designers that Figma-like control.
Right, that pixel-perfect control.
Meaning the ability to precisely dictate style, spacing, grid structures. How does Webflow integrate AI without sacrificing that control?
That was the core challenge Webflow faced, and I think they solved it by making the AI an assistant, not a primary builder. Webflow AI is best suited for experienced designers and agencies who demand that pixel-perfect control and sophisticated workflow integration.
So the Webflow AI doesn't just generate the whole site from a prompt.
No, not usually.
Yeah.
The AI layout assistant helps generate specific sections, like a contact form block or a feature comparison table, or maybe entire boilerplate pages. But the designer maintains absolute control over the overall style guide and component inheritance. What's really fascinating is how the AI helps with the tedious but critical tasks.
Like what?
Generating specific copy suggestions, writing alt text for images, producing SEO metadata based on your content.
Ah, so it handles the auxiliary repetitive tasks that bog down a professional workflow.
Exactly.
While the human designer ensures the visual branding remains 100% custom and controlled via their familiar design panel.
It's that true blend. high-end customization capability paired with powerful automation for efficiency. If Framer is the fast, opinionated generator, Webflow AI is the customizable, precise co-pilot designed for deep agency-level work.
So beyond the general purpose tools, our sources highlight two specialized AI tools that are targeting very specific, very demanding niches. Let's talk about conversion optimization for local business first.
That brings us to Bookmark, and specifically its AiDA, that's the Artificial Intelligence Design Assistant. This tool is purpose-built for local businesses and e-commerce vendors.
And it focuses on conversions.
It focuses heavily on conversion optimization without requiring the user to have any design expertise whatsoever.
What's the specialized feature that makes it so ideal for a local business, which might have a really diverse clientele?
Well, beyond the standard layout generation, AiDA offers personalized layout suggestions based on the industry and the intended target audience. But crucially, it includes robust e-commerce features and native, high-quality multilingual support.
Whoa, that's huge.
It's a game changer. For a local business in a city with diverse languages, manually managing multiple site versions for SEO and accuracy is a huge headache. AiDA just automates that process.
Okay, that makes perfect sense for the business owner. Now let's pivot to the absolute most technical niche, the hardcore developer and UI team.
Yeah.
The ones looking to automate the very beginning of their workflow.
Yep.
We're talking about moving from a simple sketch or a wireframe into production-ready code.
This is the territory of TeleportHQ. This is designed purely for developers and UI teams, and it solves the tremendous pain point of the UI/UX handoff.
Walk us through the handoff pain point. So you start with a sketch or a drawing, but the developer then has to manually translate that into a working grid, code it in React, and make sure it integrates. That's usually where friction starts, right?
Precisely. The entire goal of TeleportHQ is to eliminate that translation layer. The AI converts wireframes, design mockups, or even just rough sketches directly into structured, code-ready UI layouts.
That sounds revolutionary.
It is, because it generates the underlying code, HTML, CSS, and even React code, which allows for low-code friendly environments and seamless integration with existing code frameworks and design systems.
So instead of a developer starting from scratch based on a static image, they're getting a functional front-end component they can immediately plug into their application.
Exactly. It dramatically automates the process of turning an initial, often messy concept into a functional, validated front-end framework. It just accelerates the entire development pipeline.
So, whether you are a local business needing multilingual sales support or a developer team needing sketch-to-code automation, there is now an AI tool specifically tailored to that function.
The market has truly matured beyond simple blog builders.
So, what does this all mean for you right now? We've looked at 7 different tools: Durable getting you launched in seconds, Framer giving you instant animated layouts, TeleportHQ automating complex developer handoffs.
The major takeaway is, I think, unequivocally clear. AI tools are not a novelty anymore. They drastically reduce time to market and offer incredible scalability across every user type.
Right.
The economic reality is changing the structure of design agencies. However, and this is the crucial synthesis, while these tools are fantastic at handling the how, the absolute best results come from combining that AI efficiency with expert human design thinking.
That's the core philosophy moving forward, isn't it? The sources mention specialized agencies that now blend Webflow AI and Framer, not for full site builds, but for rapid prototyping and ensuring brand-specific customization.
That's the smart way to do it. The AI provides the foundation and the consistency. The human provides the strategic layer and the unique creative spark.
Yeah.
You have to remember, the AI only generates layouts based on what currently exists.
Yeah.
It handles execution exceptionally well, but it relies on us, on humans, to define the strategy, to understand the niche market needs, and to push the boundaries of user experience.
Which leaves us with a final question. If AI can handle layout consistency, build complex component structures, and automate developer handoff, where should our resources, our time, our highly trained design energy, our focus, where should that be directed next?
The great challenge for the modern creative is deciding where true innovation lies when all the foundational work is handled by the machine. Should we focus that freed up energy on predicting consumer needs, developing hyper-personalized micro-experiences, or maybe designing entirely new interface paradigms that the AI models haven't even been trained on yet?
That's the question we leave you with today.